Hello, my gravy Timothy's, welcome back to a little bit of Hearts of Iron 4, where once again we are going to have a little look at a new path for a new nation in the newest DLC. Well, it's not a new nation, I can tell you that much, because we are not playing Congo today. And I did cover a whole bunch of Hungary's new stuff over on the second channel, the Schlop-a-thon itself, so maybe go check that out if you want to see a bit more of Hungary, but I'm going to tell you right now that, they're not very good. Which is why today I'm going to have a little look at Austria again. Now, I won't lie, I do believe the majority of the source for Austria is going to be in the actual monarchies, bring back the Austro-Hungarian, rule type deal. I don't think that's that surprising for anybody here. I did try out their communist path just to see if it'd be worth recording, and here's the thing, it's definitely not worth recording, so I scrapped that and we're instead going to look at something else. And looking through, I think the best thing we can really do, actually, besides the, the Austro-Hungarian one, is potentially the totalitarian safety over here. I was looking at the Danubian Federation, but, yeah. Just don't really feel like fighting the Germans too much today, even though I'm going to have to. But the totalitarian safety one does seem pretty interesting, especially because you do get your guarantors over here and the Italians to help you out. And on top of all that, it does lead up to a whole bunch of expansion down here and a few other little bits. So I think we're going to go with this. Okay, pretty interesting. We are buddying up with Italy, which of course means we're going to help them out in Ethiopia, apparently. I don't think they really need our help too much though. Okay, even if I wanted to go ahead and help out Italy, I wouldn't be able to anyway because I have no political powers. I had to go fight off the Germans. Okay, so only France supported our independence. Both the UK and the US said no, which, that's not very nice, fellas. We can go ahead and back down here, or we can offer them an incentive, which we might as well do anyway, just for the hell of it. And the option above it is just to get ourselves an extra 5% war support, which I don't think I really need. Now, with France, we can also go ahead and try and push them to actually give us a guarantee, which I'm going to go ahead and do. France says no, which isn't great, but we do get 10% war support, and the US also says no, 10% war support, and they say no, 10% war support. So in the end, I got a bunch of war support. And I'm really going to hope that we do get Italy, though. I'm going to get my relations up with them, and then I'm going to reach out to them. Okay, Italy said yes to our guarantee, so we've got them now on our side, and on top of that, I'm just going to say, your treaty can go to hell, Mr. Guarantor. I mean, technically, Italy is also in on that, but I think they might back us on this one. Okay, we can get diplomatic pressure on the Germans here and potentially get ourselves a non-aggression pact. And on top of that, we also now have our decisions to annex Hungary, so I'm going to start pressuring them, and then we'll move on to the Czechs. So yeah, this is exactly just like the Austro-Hungarian path over here, where you just get the land back, which is good. It means we can actually grow a bit before we potentially go to war with the Germans here. But the downside is we do go ahead and reform the Austrian Empire, not the Austro-Hungarian one. And boom, non-aggression pact with the Germans. That gives us a little bit more wiggle room here to get a bunch of land. Nice, there you go. The Hungarians folded easy. Let's hope that the Czechs also do as well. Because I'm pretty sure, was it when I was doing the achievement for Austria-Hungary, that the Czechs did not fold, and that was a problem. Okay, the Czechs are up to very likely accept on the annexation, so if they say no here, I'm not going to be happy. Okay, nice. There we go. We're already looking pretty damn good on the map. Okay, we get two options now for our faction. We can try and join the Axis, but it says it's very unlikely they'll let us in, and I believe that. So I'm going to reform the Central Powers, because that way I can just create a faction with Italy. It's funny, when I actually did that focus, I already created the faction, and the Italians didn't want to join. But if I go ahead to delete the faction and then remake it, oh, they're 100% in. There you go. We also got Bulgaria and Turkey through the event. Yeah, maybe that's why they said no, because I didn't realize there would be an event inviting these guys. I thought it would just be like a bonus thing, but no. Maybe I was wrong there. Either way, kind of dumb. Oh, there you go. So now that we've actually formed the Central Powers, that actually removes Germany's ability to go ahead and Anschluss us, which is very nice. Okay, so we're just carving up all our neighbors. It's not like the Austro-Hungarian one where you just get them as puppets. We do have to work them down over time, which is fine. You can't get all of Poland, which I do think is a very very dumb. That focus tree is super overpowered. But now we're working on Yugoslavia, then we need Romania, and then we can actually just restore the Austro-Hungarian Empire anyway, which I guess is kind of dumb, but I'm still gonna do it. Okay, so the Yugoslavians said no, so we are gonna have to go straight in on them. We do have the Italians, so I'm hoping that might keep a whole bunch of their troops off my border. Also, the Germans demanded Sudetenland. I still have my non-aggression pact, but that's not looking good. Okay, I mean, that's looking pretty good, and it means I can now go ahead, restore the Austro-Hungarian Empire, although I don't think it's going to be around for too long, which is a really funny way around something in the focus tree, because you have to actually pick between integrating Bohemia or Hungary, which doesn't matter at all now because I just got them all as cores. Oh, just as we became Austria-Hungary, we're now just going to go ahead, chop that Hungarian part off and just become Austria again. Okay, we are on a bit of a ticking time bomb right there though, because I did call my allies in, which means we also, for some reason, got called into the Ethiopian war, which they're in the allies, so I'm obviously going to have to fight them regardless now. So the safest bet, which is always usually the safest bet for any nation that I guess isn't Germany and has a navy or naval capabilities, is just getting war transports, obviously, and then some paratroopers, and we're just going to drop straight into the UK, hopefully. Obviously, the best thing is we have Italy on our side, so we can push in through the south down there, but again, we're going to have to keep an eye on the damn Germans, because this is going to be a problem. I mean, obviously, you don't get, like, the puppet swarm that you would do as Austria-Hungary, but I do think the Austrian Empire is seeming pretty damn powerful, especially the fact that you are actually not non-aligned, which means we can just joyfully and willfully up our conscription and our economy law whenever we want, which is always the damn downside of playing any monarchist game. Okay, Germans went in on Poland, which means we are about to also go in as well, as that's usually when Ethiopia will finally, you know, get called in. This could be an excellent time, though, just to strike Germany down while they're not paying attention. Oh, well, they kind of forced my hand there. They declared on Earth. Truck into Moscow, no thanks, bro. A light jog into Berlin. Oh. Sorry, looks like I tripped and broke my neck. Okay, so it ain't going great for the Germans, but it ain't going particularly amazing for me either. I do not have enough troops to just, you know, absolutely end this straight off, so I'm having to micro this a bit more than, you know, I could be bothered to do. But either way, we're here, we're working on it slowly, and the Germans are cut in half. Oh, and of course, I think I said this in a past video at some point, but always get yourself a Turkish ally. For some reason, they love to naval invade. Just realize, if we go down here and do the Second Brothers War, we actually get a special raid to go bomb the Reichstag. I mean, it's too late for that now, but it is pretty funny. Okay, I think with Frankfurt going there, that should be the end of the Germans. Okay, now I did just want to puppet the German land, but unfortunately for me, the Allies kept getting the main tag, which is what I wanted, obviously, because that would be the best form of a puppet. So I just gave up, and I'm just going to take the land directly, and then we'll get our German puppet later. Okay, well, there goes Ethiopia calling the Allies in, so we're straight into that now. Okay, I guess we'll give these paratroopers a bit of a whirl. Okay, well, that worked very nicely. Okay, now, because we just need to capitulate the UK, I'm just going to conveniently ignore everything else and try and get a landing. Okay, so just to see, like, what happened there. I started with 26 paratroopers. I have 6 left. Okay, now, this peace deal is going to be a little bit complicated. I realized the Soviets had also declared on Poland. Well, it's not too horrendous, but it certainly ain't ideal. Okay, before they get any bright ideas, also just going to go ahead, quickly destroy what was left of Germany. Now, for the peace deal, I just puppeted France and Britain and pretty much every other colony they had. I didn't get New Zealand, which is a bit of a pain, and I only got half of South Africa. But most importantly, I did get Mexico, which had joined the Allies, and Canada. So if you ever want to take out the US, I got a 2-front attack right there. And goodbye, Germany. Look at that. That looks pretty damn good. Now, we could go ahead and turn ourselves into the better German state, but we've already done that before, so I'm just going to do South Deutschland over here, and, I mean, there we are, what a cool name. And then with our new core states, what I'm going to do is just re-release the Germans, which is what I wanted to do in the first peace deal, but unfortunately could not do because of the Allies, and keep the Germans around. Welcome back, my little Austrian puppet. There you go, my little puppet empire is taking off. Also got the Netherlands and Belgium, but I guess I'll keep a hold of Luxembourg. I could have technically kept a hold of Belgium too, I mean historically, am I right? But I thought it'd be probably just look a little bit better like this. Okay, now obviously there's really only one direction we can go here. The Central Powers are indeed quite central. Now we could technically go fight the US, but I don't want to do that. I think that's way too easy. Instead, we're going to wait a little bit longer, and then we're going to go fight the communists. I do think the Japanese are probably going to come in on us any second now, because, yep, they've already got their war goal on Malaya, so we might have to go deal with that as well. Yeah, no North or South Korea in this universe. We've got West South Africa and East South Africa. Moses versus Dirky Juba. Now, I'm noticing China is still holding on over here, so I'm just going to lend-lease them all my old crap, and Soviets are holding their capital with some tanks. I think that might hold off the Japanese by the time the lend-lease gets there, and hopefully can help them out a bit. If not, I just sent like 200k equipment to the Chinese, who are going to give it to the Japanese, who have a war goal on me, which that's fun. Okay, I think the Chinese are going to be okay, as long as the Soviets don't go to war, because they have so many volunteers on their capital that's holding out for them, which means I probably shouldn't declare on the Soviets, actually. Yeah, because as soon as that happens, all these guys are going to magically teleport back to Moscow. Oh, damn. Dawn of the Ecuadorian Concordia. Ecuador and Honduras. What's popping over here? Ah, yes. I see. This is what is happening over here. Oh, Japan declared war on Italy, which means they're probably going to declare war on me next. I should probably do something about that. This fleet sucks. It's got 212 destroyers in it. Okay, to get a fleet, just gonna borrow the UK's one and integrate them fully into the South Deutschland state. Oh, since all that stuff seems to have helped China quite a bit, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep sending them even more crap. Now, in all fairness, it could also be that them fighting the Italians has also kind of allowed the Chinese to push them back a bit here, but I'm just gonna keep sending them stuff. Okay, yeah, everything I'm sending to China definitely having an impact, I'm seeing. And I did also just throw them like 5,000 fighters and casts, so yeah, that's probably doing the work. Well, I think it's safe to say that was a worthwhile investment. And the US have landed up there, so I think we don't have to worry about Japan at all. Now, I was about to say we should probably get back to work on what we were originally going to do here, which was fighting the Russians, but they just declared on my ally. So you had to sit around for a while there, destroy the Soviet Air Force, and they have an absolute meat fest on the front line. Unfortunately for them, though, Cast does quite a bit of damage to meat. Oh, I could invite Communist China to my faction. You know, I don't think I want to do that because what I just gave China not too long ago. I just realized bit of change in leadership over in Germany. Yeah, never seen that portrait before, but you know, whilst you're there, give me a little bit of garrison support, please. Okay, I think we have broken them at this point. The hell are the casualties looking like here? Where are you? Oh. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think they'd be that bad already. I mean, Italy and Turkey have both done like 1 million too. I have not been looking down here, but... Ooh. That's not a good front to be on. Yeah, I think I have to say, I might actually prefer this Austrian path than actually doing the Austro-Hungarian one. There's obviously a lot of it is shared, but I think the bonus that I'm way preferring here is just the ideology, not being non-aligned. Actually being able to just up your manpower, and you do have to up your manpower, especially me because I didn't do the path where you get all of Germany cored, which I probably should have done looking at my damn political power right now. I mean, it is really damn good. The only downside that some people might not like, I don't mind it at all, is that as the Austrian Empire, not Austria-Hungary, you can only go ahead and full annex the guys, not all of them. Like, you can't full annex Poland through the decisions and stuff like that. You can only get your cores back. Whereas in like the Austria-Hungary path, you could just puppet the entire country and then do the vassal swarm, which again, you know, it's good, but I think I am preferring this one. Oh, wait, I just realized, I guess that invasion didn't go too far, did it, America? What's going on there? You haven't moved an inch. Yeah, if we manage to take a few more VPs, Soviets are probably going to capitulate. Yeah, they are literally 1% away from capitulating. Okay, sadly, all my allies are in this war, so I can't just hit the annex all button, and now have to do this all individually. Don't you just love Hoi 4? Oh, you know, Italy's fighting for me, and I just realized they're taking all of Siberia. You know what? You deserve it. Oh, that's my bad. I guess we'll never have a unified South Africa either. I completely forgot. I was also giving my German puppet a bit more land, and when I was doing it, I didn't realize at some point, I'm assuming Lithuania must have joined like the Allies or something, or maybe they got it straight off of Germany, but Yeah, they sneakily took Memel. There you go. Look at that. That is horrendous. Let's go throw the entire army over in Hokkaido over here and call it a day. The Hokkaido strat was not working. I can see why the Americans haven't pushed very far up there, and Spain's currently naval invading with 2 tanks. I mean, there is infantry in there too, but I kind of doubt the fact that those are amphibious tanks. Oh, all of that for 157 points of participation, which I guess I will spend there. Oh, okay, that's my bad. Didn't realize Greece was in that. You know what? No, I welcome our new Chinese overlords, which I've unintentionally actually created with all that lend-lease. But you know, I gotta say, that was a really fun and enjoyable game. We didn't play too long. I played for like a couple hours here, and yeah, I had a blast. I think Austria is becoming one of my favorite nations in the game, especially their focus tree. I mean, I have played the communist one, and I didn't think it was very good. I need to try the democratic one, but I do think the main one is the monarchist one or this one, which is kind of a cop-out because they do share a whole bunch of stuff. But it was very fun. And in the end, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. The world, the new Cold War, I imagine, between the Chinese United Front and the Central Powers. Hey, but if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe down below. And are there any paths you're waiting to see on the channel? I'd really appreciate if you left a comment down below, just so I know what you guys really want to see before the latest DLC comes out with all the Indian stuff and the Middle Eastern nations we gotta play. But yes, until next time, little Timothys, goodbye.